What are the sort of concrete features that contribute to our creepiness metric? Is that meme accurate that when the person is attractive, you're less likely to label them as creepy?
It depends. If they're too attractive, it can be. So there's there's effects that interact there.
That's hilarious.
And we also don't trust people potentially who are too attractive. But again, deviation from the norm. And so if you're deviating in any way, that can lead to, well, your assessment being more wrong, but also you assessing people as more negative. And so but with creepiness, the main thing that bothers me as a criminal psychologist is that tangential to creepiness is this general idea of trustworthiness and that you can tell whether somebody is lying. And I've done research on this, as have lots of other people. Like Aldert Fry is one of the leading researchers on deception detection, and he has found in so many studies that it's really hard to detect whether someone is lying reliably, and that people, especially police officers, people who do investigative interviewing, they have this high confidence level that they, because of their vast experience, can in fact tell whether the person across from them is lying to them, this witness, this suspect. And the answer to that, even that, if you take them into experimental settings, they are no better than chance at detecting lies. And yet they think they are. And so again, you get into this path where you're going to miss people who are actually lying to you potentially, and you're going to potentially point at innocent people and say, I think you're guilty of this crime. And you go hard on that person in a way that might even lead to a wrongful conviction.
So it's the fact that it's very difficult to detect lies and overconfidence in policing creates a huge problem.
Not just policing, in relationships and in lots of other contexts as well. I mean, a lot of jealousy is born out of uncertainty. Jealousy isn't, I know for sure that you have done something that is threatening our relationship. A lot of jealousy is what's in my head because I am assuming that you might be thinking or doing X. And that is also basically an exercise in lie detection. And there as well, we are very bad at it.
Is there a combination of the dark tetrad and how good you are at lying? Like, are people with the certain traits, maybe psychopathy, are better at lying than others?
There's definitely some research to support the idea that people with psychopathy are better at lying. There's also some research specifically on sort of faking good in, for example, parole decisions. So when it comes up to someone who is, there's a legal decision to be made as to whether this person is going to be released from prison or released from just detention in general. And then the person will act in a particular way, sort of mimic a good prisoner, mimic someone who's safe to be released into society. And then the committee goes, oh, well, this person's doing great. And so they're ready to be released. And then they make the wrong decision because that person has been faking it. So I think with psychopathy, it's a bit complicated. It, there has been some sort of historically as well, some concern that certain treatment for psychopathy, especially empathy-focused treatment, makes people with psychopathy more likely to fake empathy and to weaponize it. But then there's other research which finds that if you use other kinds of interventions, it's like Jennifer Scheme in California, who does research on people with psychopathy who have committed severe crimes. And she specifically creates these treatment programs that aren't just around empathy, but they're more around almost learning the rules of society and convincing people that actually being pro-social is a better way to get what you want in life. And so there's a real need for tailored treatments to deal with especially certain kinds of personality traits, dark personality traits, to try and convince people basically, actually, being pro-social is the better path, rather than just going hard on, empathy and things that they don't maybe also see as faults with themselves.